Our next speaker is Professor Jose Cordero from the Central University of Venezuela. Mr. Cordero is one of the most internationally known thinkers and especially political thinkers of Venezuela, and also very well known in the whole area of South America, and also among any people who know anything about what happens in South America. So he's also very much been involved with the United Nations Millennium Project, and he has been traveling around the world for most of his life by this point, and engaging in all kinds of activities, also starting local transhumanist chapters, more of them than anyone else, I suppose. And he will now today come to present on the topic of technological evolution. So I now welcome Jose Cordero.
Well, we had a very interesting presentation just before with Aubrey de Grey. My take on longevity is that if you ever get tired of living after 1,000 years, then you might as well die. But you have to have the choice, obviously. And that is the point which I think is very important. Because if life is boring, certainly death is even more boring. Then we really have to think about this. Huh? Okay, but I want to talk about technological evolution, because biological evolution continues, but it is very slow. Coming from South America, we have also dinosaurs in southern Argentina and Chile, and if you look at the evolution of life on Earth, since our planet began about 4.5 billion years ago, the first 1 billion years, there was no life on Earth. And then the first bacteria appeared, and they basically ruled the world for almost 3 billion years. It's incredible. Until something really extraordinary happened, which is the invention of sex. Sex is a very important invention that allowed more variations in the evolutionary timetable, and the many different species which have been appearing since that time. In fact, you can see we have been living, human species has been living for less than 1 million years, and we are still evolving, but it can be even faster thanks to technology. Carl Sagan talked about this evolution in terms of a cosmic calendar. He said that if every month represents about 1 billion years, the history of the universe would be something like this. The Big Bang on the 1st of January, then the Milky Way appears in March, our solar system appears on August, and on September, the first single life forms appear. Finally, in November, the first multicellular life forms appear. And all the fun really starts in December. The 24th of December, on Christmas Day, the dinosaurs appear. They disappear on the 29th. And really, the most incredible day was the 31st of December. As you can see, at 10:15 a.m., the first apes appear. At 9:24 p.m., the first human ancestors walk upright. 10:48 p.m., the Homo erectus appears. And basically here, 59 minutes, 50 seconds, the pyramids were built in Egypt. So basically, it's really incredible how life in all its forms and the evolution is actually kind of accelerating. 2 years ago, I went to visit Sir Arthur C. Clarke in Sri Lanka. Arthur C. Clarke is very famous for the 3 laws of the future that he wrote almost half a century ago. Since you all will be humans, transhumans, and posthumans, I will show the laws in Spanish. Fairly soon you will be able to do this translation simultaneously, but In any event, many of you know the laws. I will just basically read them quickly. The first law, when a famous scientist says that something is possible, he is probably right. But when he says that something is impossible, he is probably wrong. Second law, the only way to know the limits of the possible is to venture beyond them and get up to the impossible point. And the third law, any sufficiently advanced technology is not different from magic. Actually, this third law has a corollary. If you see a technology that does not look like magic, it's because it is not advanced. 30 years ago, there were no computers. 20 years ago, there were no cell phones. 10 years ago, there was no Google. And what is coming is actually even more exciting than what we have seen so far. The National Science Foundation and the Department of Commerce started working and thinking about the technologies of the future. William Bainbridge, that will be opening the conference tomorrow at 9 a.m., and he's here with us, he is one of the fathers of these ideas, which is called NBIC, Nano, Bio, Info, and Cogno. And basically this deals with technological convergence. These four technologies are expected to converge in the next 20, 25, 30 years. Nanotechnology deals with atoms, molecules. Biotechnology with cells. Infotechnology with bits. And cogno, or cognitive science, with neurons. And all these technologies are converging, and they will transform humanity. But what is more important, they will transform human beings. They will transform each one of us in ways unthinkable today. One of the most famous cases of this is the so-called Moore's Law. Many of you have probably heard about Moore's Law, that every 18 months, 2 years, the power of computers doubles, and also the price actually falls. And this has been going on for about 40 years. What is very interesting is that last year, Gordon Moore said that he foresees this law, so-called law, to continue for at least 1 or 2 decades. And actually, I think even more, because very soon we will be working on 3-dimensional circuits. We will be working on subatomic particles, and we will be working with quantum computing. Today, everything is digital computing, you know, like the Germans, zeros and ones. Very digital mind, and with quantum computing you have multiple possibilities. Actually, if you go to the web page forecasting the new developments on computers, top 500, they see a non-stoppable growth in these computer technologies. And this is happening in every field. Not only in info technology, it is also happening in biology. Last year, I was with Craig Venter. Craig Venter, very famous for being one of the people involved with deciphering the human genome. And basically, he said that when he was working between the year 1990 and the year 2000, it cost $3 billion to read the human genome. $3 billion, and it took 10 years. He said that last year he could have done it in just 1 year and for about $100 million. And he foresees that in 10 years, you can do it in 1 day and for $100. There is an incredible acceleration in every scientific field, because at the end, everything is information. And that is what is sometimes called a singularity. Let's review quickly each one of these 4 technologies. Nanotechnology. I think all of you have heard about nanotechnology. It's in scientific notation 10 to the minus 9. Very really small particles. We are talking about molecules and atoms. The webpage of the US government of nanotechnology, they forecast that by the year 2015, nanotechnology will be providing services and goods for the order of $15 trillion. $15 trillion. This is an incredible amount of what is happening in nanotechnology. Biotechnology, actually, it's also a growing field. 2 years ago, the Taiwanese developed this glowfish, very interesting fish that glow at night. Actually, they glow all the time. And I'm pretty sure some of the people I have seen in Finland would like to glow at night. So this could be a technology that some people would probably incorporate into themselves. If you are too tall or too short, too fat or too thin, if you are bald or too hairy, you will be able to solve many of these things. In fact, I don't know if you know which is the most successful pharmaceutical product ever. Viagra. Viagra has been a total success. And this is only the tip of the iceberg of what is coming. And I say that only the